The composition. The composition of one that must not resist and consist of improvisational impromptu, the new art form of the new century, the 21st century. You can see it all coming sometimes in the next decade, a cascading flow of something that's quite monotonous and contrary. And you can see it, it's conformist thoughts. You know it. You can breathe it. The real me is sometimes you just try to just affect the real you, to show the real you, but actually still say I'm the poet, I'm not the actor, I'm not trying to play you a character anymore, I'm just showing the real you as opposed to the real me. Showing the real me. Always. The real me, all the time, every single worthy moment of my existence, coming to fruition on a Sunday, the 3rd of November, 2024, and embrace the crows, the lorikeets, the cockatoos, and the kookaburras. The kookaburras, and then you stir it all together, and you hear the psychedelia of the lorikeets, how they all come together and leave one another and come back together as if they're all back for dinner, and not a sinner, they'll say. Not a sinner would say a thing. And they'd all quieten down just before 6:30, as I would do my night shift, work my night shift. What a time. What a time. You're trying to just encapsulate the essential you where you look, see me at my best, not at my worst, where I actually look worthy, where you would love, where you would like, where you would feel something. If you met me at a particular time in the 60s, in the 19th century, in the 22nd century, in the 23rd, if you met me in different centuries, in the 14th century, as a woman composer, what would you say? What would you do? What would you mean? What would you do all that time? What would you think about me? And what would I think about you is already unspokenly said through my eyes and my gesture, through my mouth. 2024, the Odyssey of my mind. Intertwine it with 2025, the Odyssey of many, many monologues, soliloquies, and aside. It's a book, stream of consciousness, no need to explain, don't need to explain. I am who I am and why I am, and I think therefore. And you know the next sentence if you know where I am on the wavelength. Those lips of mine. With no reflector, how sometimes I shine in moments where I thought I wouldn't. It's not so bad after all, sometimes you think to yourself. It's not so bad after all. It can be quite good. As long as you find your piece of peace around the lotus, the eternal lotus. What is the lotus? The human being, the eternal flower. The golden flower, the silver flower, whatever flower that you like that's eternal. Maternal, paternal, a warm acknowledgement, a dander to lie on, the play on words, the birds that saunter before they fly, and never fly. The bird that never flies, Da Vinci. He just wanted to fly. The bird that never flies is sometimes the innovator, the creator, the elevator of his own mood.